Hey, what's up? It's Nate. I've got an Amazon Flex logistics block delivering regular old Amazon packages today. Already got to the warehouse, already picked up the packages. It is 12:59 p.m. My block starts at 1, so I got picked up before 1. I got here about 12:45, so you're allowed to show up 15 minutes before your block time. I got right in, got the packages. It is actually a pretty good route, only 9 miles to my first drop off, and they are all right in that area, pretty local to me. 53 packages though, 45 locations, and 36 stops. So that makes me think I'm going to be going to an apartment complex or two and delivering a bunch of packages. So we'll see how that goes, but figured I'd bring you along. So let's head to the first drop off. Okay, I have about 13 packages done. I think most of them were on this same street, which is really nice. Some of these routes, especially during the day that aren't like the same day deliveries, this is what you end up with. So I know a lot of people in their area, this is what they get a lot. In my area, if you've seen my videos, some of them can be quite a ways away and spread out. So this is pretty nice. It's like every other house. The interesting thing is sometimes the app like groups them and says 2 locations and it's like neighbors or across the street, or that last one was a house and then 2 houses down. So it would have been really awkward. It's a little bit too far like to walk, especially with all the snow and slush on the ground. So it's makes it a little more difficult. There may be a way for me to adjust that and manually group stops. I'm not sure. Haven't really looked into it. I know I did get a message about grouping stops, but I haven't really looked. I don't know if I mentioned, this is a 4-hour route, so it's scheduled from 1 to 5. Like I said, I started at 12:45. That's when I pulled up to the warehouse and they let me in right away. And it is now 1:45, so it's been an hour, 13 packages, 24 more stops. So I guess we're about a third of the way done. Hopefully they're all pretty well close like these ones, because I can knock these out, and if I don't sit here and blabber all day, I might get done early. All right, so far so good for the most part. Got 17 more stops to go. My phone died, which is really a rookie mistake. It was a series of events that led up to that. So I had to sit just for just a couple minutes just to get it turned back on. But I didn't realize the battery was low because I was just kind of running to all these stops. And usually my phone holder has wireless charging. It keeps it charged as I, every time I set my phone in there, it starts charging. So it's usually not a problem. But I had forgot to charge my camera. There's like 6 squirrels. They're all gone. You won't be able to see them. But I forgot to charge my camera. It uses USB-C, which is the same cable that my phone holder uses. So I unplugged that to plug in the camera so I could record some video, and totally forgot that my phone wouldn't be charging. So rookie mistake. I recommend not doing that because it does slow you down. Really only 5 minutes. But of course I had pulled in someone's driveway to drop off their packages and I couldn't even scan them. So there was no way I could do it. So I pulled out onto the road and just waited for it to turn on. We're good to go. All right, we're making progress. I'm not sure how I feel about these grouped stops. I think in some situations it would be great. I think this route, at least the way these houses are lined up, it makes it a little more work than it needs to be because you have to keep which package goes to which house straight. The houses aren't really, like the doors aren't close enough together, especially with all the snow. Not a lot of snow, but enough that I'm not trying to walk through everyone's yard. I know I could park, and I've gotten a couple comments, I know I could park closer to the door or in a more strategic location. I could put my vehicle in a better spot to make it a little more efficient. Most of that just has to do with the camera angle. Kind of when I'm pulling up, I think about, okay, if I park here, sometimes it's not possible and you get like a crappy one out the side window. I do try to think about, and that's why I pull in driveways sometimes too now. I didn't ever used to. Now I have been just to get a better camera angle mostly. But especially when it's snowy and icy, I do try to get closer to the door, just less walking in the snow and ice. It's going well enough. It's not like it's difficult. I just don't know. The group stops they seem to be adding a little bit more work than I think it's worth. Okay, I've got about 1.1 miles to the next drop-off. So this is actually the largest, other than going to the first drop-off, this is the longest distance that I have driven so far. I am currently listening to a book called Anti-Fragile by Nassim Taleb, I think is how you say his name. So I'm not too far into it to know whether I recommend it to read it or not, but I am using Audible. If you'd like to try a free trial, free for 30 days, you get access to the Audible Plus library. There's a link in the description. Helps out the channel. You'll get 30 days free to try it out. No obligation. You can cancel it after that. Just a handful more stops, I think. All right, well, this is the first kind of major issue. This is an apartment complex. Even though the customer's notes say buzz my apartment, simple as that. I buzz the apartment, there's no answer. I called, there's no answer. I texted, there's no answer. May have to return the package. I don't know. I think I'll still be in the area. I may swing by at the end here. The good news is I'm not that far away from the warehouse because it was a local route, but it's still a little frustrating, a little annoying. So, all right, I am going to move on. I guess we'll see. Maybe they'll text me back or call or something before I finish the route if I'm still in the area. That was a situation right there where the group stops make a lot of sense because it's like an apartment complex and they're right close to each other. I don't want to have to get back in my vehicle to realize, oh, I'm still parked in front of the next delivery. So that one made sense. All right, this next stop, it has 2 locations. Looks like it's 2 different apartments in the same complex. Last stop, other than, and it is right down the road, so I'm gonna come back and try to deliver the one where the customer didn't buzz me in. I will try to re-deliver that. If they don't answer this time, I'm gonna have to take it back to the warehouse. Let's go get these delivered, 2 packages, and then we'll attempt that re-delivery. Appreciate you letting me in. I tried to buzz it earlier and no one answered. I am glad I came back because I was like 1/10 of a mile down the road or something. I'm glad I came back instead of going all the way to the warehouse. First of all, because that's frustrating. That's annoying for me, extra work. Second of all, now the customer actually gets her package. So when I went in to the entrance, there was somebody just inside the door on the other side of the locked door. She opened it for me. So that was perfect. She was trying to deliver a package too. I think she lives here, but she was still taking a package up to somebody's room, or apartment. She let me in, so I was able to get the delivery done. So it is now currently 3:30. Took me some time to walk back down and get the camera to turn back on. But so what? I started at 12:45. I got to the warehouse right at 12:45 to 3:30. That's 2 hours and 45 minutes about. So for a 4-hour block, so that is not bad. It was only a $90 block. I took it because it was at a good time, 1 to 5 p.m. There's not a lot of food delivery going on at that time. So 2 hours and 45 minutes. $90, that's pretty darn good. And I'm actually in the zone that I normally dash and do food delivery. So I'm going to go do that now for the dinner shift. So this is perfect. So I was dashing before this for lunch, went to the warehouse at 12:45, got this done. Now it is 3:30 and just about going to be dinner time. Questions, comments, concerns, anything you got in the comment section below. Thumbs up on the video. That really helps. Subscribe if you want to see more. And thanks for watching.